Well done, Baku. Well done. Absolute cinema. Oh, maximum. Cool. Why Ferrari F9? So for anyone who didn't see that absolute cinema, not cinema of a race, the Baku Grand Prix occurred. Qualifying was very interesting. You could stop watching the race after the lap 1 incident if you not know it. Piastri used all his backups in one race to make the championship seem somewhat interesting. Unfortunately, Norris is Norris, so he didn't capitalize. But one way to cure the boredom we occurred from that race is to look at some Reddit memes that will hopefully cheer us up or make us feel more bored. First things first, we have Sainz driving past the Ferrari garage, and it's the good old Kendrick "Hey Drake" meme. I bet Fred is just sitting there thinking, why did I get Lewis? Why? What? Who was I even trying to sound like there? That was nothing near a Frenchman. Anyway, I have a weird feeling most of these are going to be Sainz get a podium for Hamilton, but here we have. Why did Ferrari fire him? Are they stupid? Let's make this flare blue now. It's smooth operated flare, and it just scores a podium in a Williams for Hamilton in a Ferrari. And just a simple picture of Carlos Sainz. Couldn't get more. Anyway, Max is that friend in class who says he is going to fail an exam and then gets an A. That's Max Verstappen claims he won't win another race in 2025. I believe he said that after his disaster in Hungary. Also, Max won 2 of the next 3 races, and there's been 3 races since then, and it's been a worse second since then. So yeah, Max is just definition of, oh guys, I didn't study, I'm so gonna fail, and gets 100. We all know those guys, and we all hate them. I may be one of them. Anyway, when there is delusion, there is hope, and it's Max Verstappen wins driver's title at Abu Dhabi, defeating Oscar by just 1 point. MV1 continues till 2026. The fact that this actually is not totally unrealistic because it's Max Verstappen and he's taken like 40 points off Piastri in the last 2 races. And he's 69 off now. Nice number, by the way. So is Max back in the title fight? Or will he DNF in Singapore and be McLaren 1-2 and all our dreams are shattered as we get to see McLaren win? Well, they've not won the Constructors actually, I forgot, they failed to win the Constructors. So yeah, there's that. The Constructors is not over, the greatest miracle of all time could happen. It won't, but anyway. Yes, Carlos, go Williams, yes, let's go, and it's a little hamster or gerbil or whatever there is in Williams gear being very happy for Carlos getting a podium in a very smooth operation. Half of these have been Carlos getting a podium and I don't care because it was just beautiful. I fully expected, given Carlos' luck, he was going to get taken out in turn 1 on Sunday, but no, he survived and he drove perfectly and he got P3. Could have been P2, but George just did a George and just drove around and spawned a good position. Fair play to the lad, especially given the fact he was probably dying the whole weekend, given he sounded like a 70-year-old who smokes 20 packs of cigarettes a day at times during the weekend. Anyway, it's something good happened with Ferrari this weekend. Okay, another fail in the race, but another good job with the Cups, and they look so proud of their work. They don't at all lose. Lewis looks like a nervous child showing their creation that they shouldn't have made. And Charles looks like the older brother who convinced. Oh god, it looks like a penis at the top. Yeah, no, now I'm out of it. That the top of it looks like a penis. Anyway, leaked scenes from the Singapore pit lane. That probably was happening in Baku anyway, or that car ride back between Carlos and Charles. It smells like bitches in here. Yeah, Carlos definitely. Does he just feel the whole time like, yep, this is just a fuck you to Ferrari, or is he just like, yep, no, I'm going to become world champion of Williams instead of Ferrari? Don't have an itch. Anyway. Oh, how the turntables. I'm tired of seeing Max win the World Drivers' Championship. I don't want McLaren to win the World Drivers' Championship. I want Max to beat McLaren and win the World Drivers' Champion. I want Max to beat McLaren and win the World Drivers' Champion. It's kind of the reverse of, you know, now Max is just, he's lived long enough being the villain, he's now become the hero. That's not the quote at all, but he's no longer the villain in the story, he's become the hero. The haters have become his fans, he needs new haters. He's just inevitable. He's Thanos. Thanos Verstappen. Well, Thanos probably feared Verstappen. Anyway. Lando is taking the World Drivers' Championship from Piastri. Max Verstappen. Yeah, it has the top fight suddenly just become Max versus Oscar instead of Lando. Well, given Lando is like what, 25 points, we can't really say that, but we can. I'm looking forward to getting that. Anyway. Some wholesome stuff. My name is Max. I'm going to break all your records. And as Mini Max talked to Michael Schumacher, yeah. It's gonna. You look at the picture, think, geez, this is Michael chatting to a random young child. That random young child is now the biggest menace in F1 right now. That young man has grown up to be not like his father, but like his godfather. At least I think there. I think I've read somewhere that Michael is Max's godfather. Yeah, that's a godson, godfather parent. They have world titles between them. That's actually pretty cool. Anyway, and yeah, this pretty much sums up the race. What is happening? What the fuck? What was that for qualifying? We'll say this is for qualifying. This is what everyone was like for qualifying. What the fuck is going on? What is happening? Is Carlos about to take a pole? Why is there Ferrari in the wall? Why is Oscar in the wall? Why is Lewis out in Q2? He's supposed to be optimistic this weekend. Why is anything happening? Oh, Alpine double knocked out in Q2. That is about normal. Anyway. Fuck your fastest car. We have the fastest car. We have a Max. Yeah, this is just prime example of fastest driver versus fastest car. And over the previous weekends, the driver's winning. Will that continue all the way to Abu Dhabi? I don't know. Singapore tends to be, I think, has Max ever got podium in Singapore? He's never won Singapore. Has he ever got podium in Singapore? But yeah, if Max wins in Singapore, or at least beats one of the McLarens, I think we can say he's back in the title fight. Because you look at the rest of the calendar, that's very Max suiting the rest of the calendar. Anyway, I don't know. And we'll end with this. This TV show is older than Max's off. I don't know what TV show it is. Because I'm young. Mulder, why do you have an I Want to Believe poster? Because Max can still be the world champion in 2025. We are all believing it can happen. It's probably not going to happen, but we believe it can happen. Until the day they say Max cannot win the title, we are believing Max can win the title. Anyway, that is it. So that is it for the Baku Reddit meme review. To conclude, Carlos Sainz getting a podium is cool. Max is still in the World Championship fight somehow, despite the fact before summer break we had accepted it was over. In fact, we probably accepted it last year when he did it, but it's back on now. Swearsies. And Ferrari.